Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel, Bolt Forward. Today I would like to present to you my Swiss K31, a gun that I bought from Gander Mountain's used section. Remember when Gander Mountain used to sell guns? Remember when Gander Mountain used to exist? I remember the terrible customer service, but that's a different story. The Swiss K31 is a straight pull bolt action rifle chambered in 7.5 Swiss, and is lovingly known as a precision target rifle dressed up as a battle rifle. They are legendary for their accuracy and crisp triggers, especially when paired up with their match-grade quality ammo. In this video, we are going to go over my 5 points: availability, affordability, ammo availability, shooting experience, and my overall personal rating. Just remember, this system is completely made up and arbitrary. Availability. These rifles are available pretty much any day of the week from online retailers. They're really not that difficult to get a hold of. You'll see them sitting at gun shows or in gun stores. Honestly, I would give the availability ranking a 5 out of 5, purely based off of the fact that you can hop on the internet at any given point and buy one immediately. Affordability. This is a rifle that if you can get it for $500, I think you've done alright. And if you pay around $650, you haven't overpaid, you didn't get a deal, you landed right in where it should be. These guns should not be more than $700. They're nice, but they aren't rare, nor are they really all that difficult to get a hold of. Maybe one day these guns will be $1,000. That's just kind of the unfortunate nature where all milsurp guns are going. I would say that unfortunately for this gun, the high quality build and the nice finish kind of tends to encourage some retailers or sellers to advertise these guns as being a lot more expensive than what they really should be. A great example of that is my local gun store had one of these for $1,200 based purely on the fact that it had a nice wood stock. Another gun store had one for $600, and it had its original sling, a muzzle cap, and a bayonet. Unfortunately, because of how inconsistent the pricing is on Swiss K31s, I'm going to give the pricing a 3 out of 5 on this. Ammo availability and quality. The ammo score for this gun is just going to be a 4 out of 5 right off the bat. Commercial companies are still making pretty nice quality ammo, as well as the somewhat limited availability of the superb GP11 round. Reloading for these guns is also an option, and a lot of people do it. If you can get the GP11 ammunition, which is featured in these nice little white boxes, or these wax paper little cartons, that's the king of kings when it comes to ammunition. The stuff used to be dirt cheap. Of course, that's beating a dead horse at this point. Most surplus ammo is pretty mediocre in quality, but the GP11 round is kind of like buying Hornady ammo at Tulip prices. For the sake of example here, I have some PPU ammunition and Cellar and Bellets. Just ignore the caliber that's on the box for right now. These two companies are going to be your best bet for finding modern commercial ammo. It works great, it shoots just fine. It's just unfortunate we can't get that GP11 round in the quantities and at the price that we used to. Some people will say that the GP11 round will give you the best performance over modern commercial ammo. I've never tested it, so I can't give you a score on that.
Alright, I've gone long enough without not talking about one of the coolest features in this type of gun. The Swiss K31 has a piece of paper underneath a butt plate that essentially acts like a dog tag. There was a time when this was like the coolest little inside secret of the K31. Now with the internet and everything, it's the worst kept secret, but you will still hear people get extremely excited when they say, you know, there's a piece of paper with tons of information under the butt plate. Yeah. Anyways, so we have already pre-loosened the screws. We're going to pop that off. I must apologize to the 1 or 2 Swiss viewers I probably have. I do not speak Swiss. My rifle was owned by a Mr. Arnold Zulig. I don't know what the 77 and the 9/48 means. I'm sure there's a lot of great information there. Oh, and on the back is the rifle serial number. So, like, if for whatever reason these tags got mixed up, at least you know what tag belongs to what rifle. If I remember correctly, I believe this is an address. I got on Google Maps and I looked up this spot, and it was an apartment complex is what it gave me in 2014. I think that's when I bought this rifle. But yeah, it's very rare for a rifle to actually come with a little bit of information with it. Actually proves, who owned it. All right, shooting experience on the Swiss K31.
I would give the K31 a 4 out of 5, and probably the only thing keeping it from being a perfect 5 is a relatively stout recoil. The 7.5 Swiss round is no joke. It's a bit of a thumper, but it's nowhere near as bad as that Steyr M95 rifle that really will beat the piss out of you.
Range call!
Range call!
Thankfully, these rifles are heavy. They have a relatively wide and fat butt plate that helps your shoulder to absorb a lot of that recoil versus punishing you. Cycling the very smooth action just feels like heaven in your hands, and it just sounds absolutely amazing. It's a very mechanical, clunking sound that just, chef's kiss, right? It's an absolute joy to shoot. It's a lot of fun to cycle the action. Honestly, you'll never go bored shooting a K31. So what is the final score on my completely made up and arbitrary star rating system? I would give this gun like a 4.8 or a 4.9. And honestly, the last little thing that keeps this gun from being a complete 5 out of 5 milsurp in the year of our Lord 2025 is the GP11 ammunition. It sucks that that ammunition is no longer available because of how good it shoots in these rifles. Stark contrast that to maybe like surplus 8 Mauser that's floating around, or surplus 30-06. It's not bad ammo by any stretch of the imagination, but it performs very much so like military ammo. The Swiss, for whatever reason, went all out, balls out on the quality of the ammo. The GP11 round, like I said earlier in my video, felt like shooting Hornady quality ammo while spending toolless steel case prices. Sadly, those bullets are pretty much all gone. They're no longer importing massive stockpiles into the country like they used to. Normally, I would discourage the idea of a YouTuber saying, go out and buy one, because it always ends in disaster, in my opinion, for pricing. For whatever my opinion's worth, the K31 is probably one of the only milsurp rifles that I say you should own. And the reason why is that the build quality is phenomenal. They look gorgeous. They shoot a very nice round. This is a gun that it's going to hit where you aim. You can really test your marksmanship and accuracy skills both at short and extremely long distances. And this is a gun that you could be exceptionally proud of to have in your case. It hasn't been refitted 20 times. It doesn't have 20 different finishes on it. It isn't a scrap together gun that an importer is just trying to toss out there for a top dollar. This is a gun that could go over a fireplace and sit proudly on the mantle. And that's why I say it's a gun that if you are big into milsurps, you should own. And unfortunately, the day is going to come when these guns do cost $2,000 and nobody's going to have them anymore. Anyways, thanks for watching my video on the K31. Let's enjoy some shooting.
Yes. Wherever it's kind of. Likes to flip in the front. Likes to fall. No. Shooting, I just feel the over.